Welcome to Sacred Soul Speak. I'm your host, Goddess the Guru. Here we energetically explore themes of sacred spirituality and commitment to consciousness. If you identify with these themes, join our cosmic community, hit subscribe, and stay tuned. This is a message for a specific collective, and the message is what you once did from a place of weakness, you now do from a place of strength and power. This message is for you if you have new levels of confidence, power, and authenticity coming through, if you have an activation of your throat chakra and a rising of your kundalini energy, a breaking through. The things that you are now doing from a place of strength and power that you used to do from a place of weakness are keeping your mouth shut, not bringing all of yourself to all areas and all spaces, and avoiding conflict. And if you're not doing these things, but you have this intuitive nudge when I say them, like, am I supposed to be doing those things? And you wonder if this resonates, this also might be for you. This is a bit of spiritual advice. Also, if you're normally pretty peaceful and you've been feeling like a pop-off lately, this might be for you. Recognize that these energies combined is a danger to the matrix. It's deadly to the matrix, right? When you have someone with a high level of confidence, a high level of power, a high level of authenticity, an open and activated throat chakra, they're completely speaking the truth. These things are dangerous to the matrix, and it's because this is the stuff of revolutions. So yes, this is the kind of thing that can put a target on your back. So it's important to use discernment in when you use your full power. It's important to use discernment in when to show up in your full power and when to exercise and express that power. This new level of power that you have is not meant for petty things. And I'm getting this vision of a magic sword. And actually this makes sense because sword is associated with words, right? If you switch the letters around, they equal each other, and then swords represent like thoughts, words, air, energy, and tarot. There is such power in your words right now, such power in your voice, and this may come after a period of healing from a silencing that happened. This magic sword contains such power, and you may feel walking with you this extra sense of power, but I don't think it's something that you fully recognize what the power behind it is. And because this magic sword energy is new, it's something that you're still learning how to control. It feels a little bit alive. I feel like it's alive. Like it can have a mind of its own, and just sometimes it's out there swinging. It's moving. It's active, and it can be very fiery and passionate. But I think what you don't recognize is that this sword can cut anything in half. I'm talking buildings, huge machines, anything in half. Stick with me. Stick with me. So seeing as this sword can cut anything in half, you're not going to go to a deli and be like, ooh, let me take out my new sword and cut my sandwich. It's not meant for everyday things. If you go to a deli and cut your sandwich with your sword, you're going to cause more chaos and destruction than necessary, but you're also going to cause more attention than necessary. Not everybody needs to know that you have a magic sword right now. It is not yet the time to use it, and there's no need to blow your cover. Again, this sword that you have is the stuff of revolutions, and so because it is such a threat, right now it needs to be protected. Hence the keeping your mouth shut, not bringing all of you to all areas of life, and avoiding conflict. Let's get into this. So starting with keeping your mouth shut. Before, you may have kept your mouth shut from, like I said, blocked throat chakra, not feeling empowered enough to use your voice. Though there may have been moments and times where you did use it and you did hear and feel the power behind it, and maybe it almost scared you. So you ran away from that power by shutting it down, too afraid of what you could potentially destruct with it. Maybe now you're someone who doesn't speak a lot, but when you do speak, what you say is very impactful. You have such power behind your words, and you can use this power to truly uplift. And I'm getting like uplift nations. Uplift with your words, but you can also truly destroy with them. This actually may have been a pattern you had from a very young age that was criticized and shut down by adults who you triggered unknowingly with the power behind your words. These were adults with poor energetic boundaries. The scene in The Great Debaters just popped in my head. Who is the judge? Okay, I just looked this up. So it says, who is the judge? He's quizzing the great debaters, right? And he says, who is the judge? They say the judge is God. Why is he God? Because he decides who wins or loses, not my opponent. Who is your opponent? He doesn't exist. Why does he not exist? Because he is merely a dissenting voice to the truth that I speak. This definitely resonates. So you actually may speak in a similar manner, or you may somehow resonate with the great debaters. Either you love the movie, went to Wiley College, you were on a debate team at some point, but also I'm getting that this was the energy behind your words. It's as simple as speaking with conviction and truth. Speaking with conviction and truth. And also there's this level of confidence behind those words. You know, my opponent does not exist. He is merely a dissenting voice. This is what's reactivated, right? You had this seed when you were young. Maybe you were watering it, or it was naturally growing. Okay, growing, breaking through like a weed. And people in your life, and also the programming of the Matrix, had to try to kill that. And don't take the negative human connotation of a weed growing, right? Like we think of, oh, that's messing up our lawn. But weeds, some quote unquote weeds, are the most powerful herbs that you can take to heal your body. And so this energy growing within you now is being revived. There's been a rebirth. Yes, you may have had, when you were younger, adults in your life who were those dissenting voices to the truth that you spoke, and maybe that caused you to shut down, and all of the programming caused you to shut down over time, but you're being reborn. You have been reborn. And there's a reason that you had this voice. There's a reason that you had this power from a young age. It is connected to your purpose. It is connected to soul contracts. It is connected to who you are, your soul's journey, who you've been in past lives, and who you are meant to be. Okay, I got a little passionate and a little sidetracked there. Yes, this power is beautiful. Yes, it's connected to your purpose. And use this power for your purpose. But when it comes to using it for petty matters, do not. Sometimes this is going to mean keeping your mouth shut. You're not keeping your mouth shut from a place of allowing yourself to be silenced. You're keeping your mouth shut from a place of strategy and power. And this is also helping you to tame and learn to control this power, to use it in a controlled way. You know, it's like you get this fire and it comes up inside of you, right? And it's very powerful, as it needs to be, as it should be. But also fire needs to be contained. If fire is not contained, if fire energy is allowed to move free, spread free, and has no container at all, bad things happen. That's why we need balance, right? So this is a good time for grounding. If you've stepped away from your meditation, now might be a good time to get back into the meditations. If meditation isn't your thing, find that thing that's going to help you to not burn everything to the ground, so to speak. Okay, what else is coming through with this is like a neurodivergent or alien consciousness. You might identify with either of those or both. And so, as you know, the Matrix programs us to proclaim that honesty is the best policy, and, you know, our differences make us unique and special and things like that. But they also, at the same time, program you to perform and conform and hide your authenticity and deny your truth, etc., etc. And so obviously you don't operate like that, and you know that this threatens the illusion of the Matrix. So it also might be important during this time to not bring your full self. I just feel like this is a time for laying low, to be honest. So not bringing your full self to all areas. If you feel intuitively called to this, not bringing all of yourself to all areas of life, this just has to do with the integration of this power. And I feel like even when you don't bring all areas of yourself to a space, they can be felt energetically. And so it may be not felt in terms of like, oh, I can sense this area that I don't feel like not to say normal people, but I don't feel like in general people can sense that, but I'm saying that they can sense that there's this multifacetedness to you, and there's this depth and this power. They can sense that even when you are silent. It's like you are too big for the rooms that you're in, and if you resonate with this, you probably resonate with being in a timeline that is falling away, that is crumbling, and being ushered into a new timeline. Okay. So back to not bringing your full self. So learning to navigate with the sword can be tough. And for me, what helps is to tap into archetypes. What archetype can I authentically, right? Not a fake persona, but what archetype can I authentically embody and tap into that will do well in whatever situation that I'm navigating, right? As multifaceted beings, what version of you will do best in the space that you're in? What qualities will allow you to fly under the radar if that's what you resonate with, needing right now, because there are times when that is needed? What qualities are important? What energy is important to that space in the time? You can pick or build an archetype around that and then choose to embody it. It also might help to think about what parts of your energy elicit what responses from folks. And I feel like this also helps you to navigate the when to speak question, because I feel like your silence is just as powerful as your words. And sometimes your silence can convey the message that you want to convey better than your words can in the moment. And it also saves you from having to wield that sword around. So there's that. And so, yeah, you have to differentiate. Like, this is not the version of you that could not come forward and show who you are and be who you are and be authentic and love yourself, and had to hide away. This is not that. This is just, I'm going to preserve these parts and I'm going to save these for the spaces and places that resonate with them. You have to recognize that some places and spaces don't even deserve certain parts of your energy and will attack it. And so that brings me to my next point of avoiding conflict. That's also very important right now. This magic sword makes you a superhero, essentially. And so if somebody starts a fight with you, you're going to take out the sword. The sword is going to take itself out, basically. And then you're going to have to fight. And then again, it's like the level of destruction, right? And there's a time and a place, but now's not the time and place. The level of destruction that it can cause, the level of attention, right? Now everybody is standing around gawking at you because you're a superhero. It's not time. And again, notice what this is triggering in you, because this might trigger things around you avoiding conflict from a place of giving away your power. It used to come from a place of fear of the conflict itself, and probably fear of that power that you knew you had all along. But now it's from a place of discernment. It's from a place of discernment now, because these conflicts are actually just traps. They're actually just traps right now. So skillful conflict avoidance might be necessary, as well as energetic boundaries and a peaceful disposition, right? I feel like sometimes we could be peaceful within ourselves and people bring in drama and chaos, and then that sword gets to swinging, but it's just like, calm your sword, put your hand over your sword, like, nope, we're not doing that today, and keep your peaceful disposition, and tell those people with that chaos to, what I'm saying, go wherever. See my fires, like, tell those people with the chaos that they can go shove it and they can go F. But no, we're not going to do that. We're going to tell them, hey, that's yours. I'm over here. This is mine. You keep yours where you at. I'm going to keep mine where I'm at. Thank you very much. And then you exit. Simple as that. Okay, and I'm also being called to the astrology of the moment. So we have Mercury retrograde in Aries, and Mercury rules communication, right? We're talking about words. So Mercury rules communication, and Aries is the fiery leader of the zodiac, right? So that, I feel like that is contributing even more. That coupled with your ascension, right, is contributing to this energy. And then retrograde, with it being in retrograde, this is where that advice comes in of, hey, just fly under the radar, like pause. You're cool. Just take a breath. Avoid conflict right now. Yes, thank you. And it's eclipse season. So very heightened energy, very unpredictable energy. Yes. Yes. So right now I recommend just Zen. I recommend zen. And yes, just remember that you are not moving backwards. You're not regressing. You still are actually progressing, but it's almost like a moment of pause, a moment of reflection, and knowing that there are bigger shifts happening for you at play. And it's kind of like buckle up your seatbelt, get ready for takeoff. Or if you identify with the energy of being in a waiting room, it's just like, just wait patiently, calm, you're cool. It's done. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for energy exchanging with me here today. And I hope you have a beautiful day, night, time. I love you.